Folks, I have a confession to make. This is not my first game of the day. Usually it would be, but goodness gracious, free-for-all on Modern Warfare 3 is a little bit of a different animal, just because of how Infinity Ward / Sledgehammer maps usually flow versus how Treyarch maps are. So it's taken a little bit of getting used to. That being said, though, this is far from my most dominant performance, but that's not what you're here for. You are here to listen to my beautiful, sweet insights into the Call of Duty community, and today, I want you to imagine a scenario for me in your head. It's 2009-ish, 2010-ish, you can even fast-forward it a few years depending on when you were born, and your entire lunch table is abuzz. You're sitting down, you got your food for the day, everyone's abuzz, everyone's talking about something, you got no idea what's going on. And they're talking about this, whatever new game has just come out, whatever new show has just come out. You know, this is not a recent phenomenon. The fear of missing out is not a new thing that we are sort of aware of, especially as like older teenagers or adults. It's something that we deal with every day. But Call of Duty specifically does a very good job of like capturing that feeling and using it to sell more video games. And I think Modern Warfare 3, I think like a lot of the more recent CODs are a great example of this. Because I think the general community consensus has been like, these games are not good. These are not like particularly well-made games. Especially compared to like the older Call of Duty installments. You know, most people, like even younger people than I, who didn't grow up during their heyday, sort of agree that like the Black Ops 2 area is sort of the best this franchise has ever been. That everything that they've done since then has just been sort of trying to get back to that, sort of get back to the high that Black Ops 2 gave us. But you know, I talked in my last video too about how like we need to be able to criticize each Call of Duty individually and not just lump them into being the same game, quote unquote. I think this is part of that as well, where these games, so much of them is built on hype. I mean, so much of the discussion around them, so much of the coverage around them, it's built on hype, and it's built not just on influencers, but like on regular like person-to-person word of mouth. The reality of the situation is that Call of Duty is so popular that most people in your friend group, if your friend group is one that has played CODs in the past, is going to buy the new game. And so by virtue of that, you're kind of priced into doing it too, if you want to be able to talk to them for the first, month or so after the games come out. And this is a very real phenomenon. Like, this isn't exactly fear of missing out. It's not exactly that. I think it's much more present than that. It's just this sort of like discussion around the lunch table, discussion in the Discord server sort of idea. Like whenever, you can use another example, it's like, anime, for example. There's like a lot. Say you and a few of your friends pick up the most recent, big shonen, the most recent, Jujutsu Kaisen or My Hero Academia or Attack on Titan. You guys all pick up that, that most recent show. Anybody who's not watching it at your lunch table, I venture to guess would at least give the shows a try. The sort of the differences with Call of Duty is they don't really care whether or not you're giving it a try or whether or not you're priced in. A sale is a sale is a sale, and with Steam only allowing you to return the game if you've played it for like 2 hours, I don't know if you can entirely decide whether or not you would enjoy a COD, especially after 2 hours. Because this game has been very interesting to me. It's had very high highs and it's had very, very low lows. I'm very sick of playing on like shipment and shipment adjacent maps. There's Shipment, Shoot House, Das House, or whatever it's called. I'm very sick of playing on those maps, and especially in the Domination map queue, they are pretty consistently in rotation, and I really wish there was a way to just like choose maps that you don't want to play, or at least to turn down the focus on them. That's why I decided to go with a free-for-all game for the gameplay that I'm going to talk over, instead of like a Domination one, which is mostly what I've been playing because I prefer to play that on Infinity Ward games. But the highs have been very high, so whenever it decides that, okay, I've had too many tough games in a row and the algorithm wants to keep me around, whenever you are paired against people who just don't have hands, it feels fantastic. But the lows are pretty damn low. I mean, I am in lobbies right now, I think I might have a screenshot or two of it, where like, You know, my level right now is 55, but, you know, throughout my leveling over the last couple of days as I've been playing this game and trying it out, I've been in lobbies with people who've obviously been playing this game since launch, who have their prestige levels in the, like, high hundreds to low thousands, and I don't know where that ranks in the grand scheme of things. I don't know if there's people with, like, level 9,999. I don't know. Either way, it seems like I've been paired with people who've been playing this game for a substantially longer amount of time than I have, and that's been really frustrating. It would be more frustrating, too, if they didn't, you know, if half the maps in rotation weren't just like Modern Warfare 2 maps. It has helped a little bit that I know most of the maps in rotation, and so, like, that part of the difficulty curve hasn't really caught up to me yet. But, you know, why did I buy this game? I found myself asking that question, you know, whenever I was recording my first video on it. Why did I purchase this game after abstaining from buying new Call of Duties for a while? And honestly, it's because I wanted to be able to talk about it. I wanted to talk about it with you guys. You know, now that I'm developing, like, an actual, like, audience, I wanted to talk about it with y'all and interact with y'all in the comments. And I wanted to, like, understand what some of my favorite creators are saying. You know, I've referenced Pomage and Scump a number of times. I've been following those guys for nearly a decade, and it just kind of sucked having to sort of disconnect myself from their discussion, because if I'm not playing the game, you know, their opinions on it and their gameplay of it isn't really totally relevant to me. I don't know. Just a little quickie here to get back into the swing of things. Hopefully we'll have some more sophisticated videos that aren't just me sort of, like, incoherently yapping, because I know the last few have been like, you know, I've actually had a point to what I'm saying. You can treat this as my Modern Warfare 3 review if you want. It's pretty good. I'd say, you know what, we'll do a video on that. I'll do a more in-depth review of Modern Warfare 3 in a little bit here. Follow me on Patreon. Give me money so I can make videos full-time. Bye!